Greetings guys, girls and non-binary pals, and welcome back to another video. I hope that you are well and I hope that you are fighting, because there is a lot to be fighting for. As usual, there'll be a link in the description to the page on my website with a bunch of petitions, donations, emails to send to MPs, etc, etc. My dear lord, why did it take me 8 times to be able to say that? I missed my meds for 4 days. Because I ran out and then the pharmacy was closed, so I blame that. When I've talked about missing my medication in the past, because I'm a useless human being, a lot of you assume I'm talking about ADHD medication. I'm glad that you can all tell I have ADHD, but no, I don't take meds for my ADHD. These are my mood stabilizers for my BPD, borderline personality disorder, and so it just throws me off a little bit when I don't have them. I have a lot of people ask me why I do these Reddit videos and things all the time, like why I structure my videos like this. It is because I have ADHD and I cannot stay focused. So I use Reddit posts as prompts to talk about what I need to talk about, and I'm glad it's a format that you all enjoy, because it allows me to be able to have a thought rather than this, you know, because this is how my brain works. So this is how we solve the problem, is by going through Reddits like we are today. And the one no, I'm just broken. I'm just not a functioning person today. The Reddit that was recommended to me a lot this week that I thought was quite interesting, that I haven't gone through before, is r/self-aware wolves, which is sort of like the Twitter I went through a couple weeks ago, accidentally left wing, where conservative people just say shit where they're like this close to the point, you know? They like almost understand. Let's get started, shall we? The one and only Bernie Sanders tweeted, "Have you ever avoided taking an ambulance because you could not afford it?" And someone replied, "The ambulance is not your taxi to the hospital." What? What is it? If it's not an ambulance to the hospital, oh my god. Words are not my friend today. If an ambulance isn't a taxi to the hospital, do you care to explain to me what an ambulance is? Is it just fancy decoration? It's just a car with flashing lights just to be like, look, these exist. That's all, carry on. What do you think it is? I can't even imagine having to pay for an ambulance. That's a terrifying idea. Having to like I'm already scared of hurting myself. We're all scared of like needing to go to the hospital. That's not something anyone ever wants to do. But the fact that you have to be extra scared in the States because it can cost you like thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars just to get treated is so fucked up. I cannot imagine living in a world where I'm afraid of that. Everyone deserves to be healthy and treated and looked after and like alive and well. You know, that's like basic decency, is to treat humans and make sure that they are okay. And the fact that you have to pay hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars to get an ambulance to the hospital, what the fuck? That's all I have to say about that. It's unreal. It's unreal. The richest country in the world, and you can't give people free ambulances. Vice President Mike Pence. Democrats want to make rich people poorer and poor people more comfortable. Yes. Is that meant to be a bad thing? I would like him to explain how that's a bad thing. I just want to know how you can explain that in a way that makes you sound like not an ignorant, greedy asshole. They want to make rich people a little bit less rich and instead give that money to people who are struggling to survive. Yeah? Point being, I feel like people who are sitting on like millions of dollars and getting millions of dollars while sitting on millions of dollars, they don't need that extra. They literally would not notice if you took away some money and gave it to people who needed it, whereas the people who need it will notice getting that money. You know what I mean? Not every job should have a living wage. That is not healthy for society. It is not healthy for someone making ice cream cones at Dairy Queen to make enough to live off of. You want a society that actually can't live off of these jobs. What? Why do we want a society where people doing work can't live? If you are saying that someone making ice cream at Dairy Queens shouldn't be able to afford to live, you are never, ever allowed to go to Dairy Queens. ever again. Because you don't think that that job is necessary, you don't think that it's important, and you don't think the workers deserve to be alive. And I'm imagining this extends to all minimum wage jobs. So I'm imagining this extends to all hospo and retail, and then warehouse work. So by that logic, you are never ever allowed to buy anything ever again, and you are never ever allowed to eat out or buy groceries, because people who work at grocery shops are also paid minimum wage. So yeah, have fun. Have fun. Society would not function without those roles. Capitalism would collapse without those roles. And they're not being paid enough to live. Do you know how hard it is working retail? Do you know how difficult it is? I worked retail for 3 years. Yeah, I worked retail for 3 years. And it's not that fun, really, you know, having to stand on your feet for 10 hours a day and being worked ridiculously hard while being yelled at by people because they bought a pair of jeans and they're a centimeter difference in length and they somehow think that it's your fault. Me, yes, hello. I sold you a pair of jeans, but I understand it is entirely my fault that the legs were 1 centimeter difference. Thank you for yelling at me about that. Do you understand how hard it is? No? Fucking fuck you. God! Yeah, if you don't think people should be making living wage for working, you are a bad person. Those jobs are fundamental to society. People need to be doing them. And by saying that they don't deserve to live and that they should be aiming higher, who is meant to do those jobs? You are never, ever allowed to use those services, ever, if you're going to say that they don't deserve to make money and they don't deserve to be able to pay for food and rent. We need those people. We need them. Pay them more. The people at the top who are making millions upon millions of dollars, fuck them. Eat the rich. That's all I have to say. That applies to the past 3 posts. Fuck capitalism. Eat the rich. That's all I have to say. Thank you. Oh, for heaven's sake, the phrase Chinese virus is clear, comprehensible, and it is also accurate and fact-based. Time for the snowflakes to go home and let the rest of us speak our own language. Can we please stop referring to the new variant of COVID as originating in the UK? It was first identified in the UK, which is an entirely different thing. So, what I gather from this is that you do understand that what you're saying is wrong, and you are just racist. Wear a t-shirt that says, "Hello, I am racist," and then we'll avoid you. That's all you need to do. Hello, I am racist. Okay, great. Fuck you. I'm moving along now. Dating tip. If a guy tells you he's not very political, he's conservative, but has learned that that won't get him laid. Accurate. Inaccurate. When I say I'm not very political, it's because I'm not. I'm a libertarian that leans conservative, but politics bore me. The next post on this dude's blog is about how women are naturally inferior. That's funny. If you're apolitical and politics bore you, your privilege is showing. Your privilege is showing. By saying that, like, well, the politician, it doesn't really affect me. Politics don't really matter. They're boring. It means that they don't affect your life because you're a privileged person and whatever happens doesn't affect you. Such as why so many cis-het white men are conservative and many more people of color are more left because of the way that it works and the way that conservative politics benefit people who are already benefiting from the way society is, while it's negatively impacting minority groups. So if you say that you're apolitical, it means that you are content with the way the system works, which is more conservative. All politicians, even politicians who are more left, are still quite conservative, particularly in the States. They're all conservative, except like AOC and Bernie Sanders. That's just the way that it is. And by you saying that you're content and apolitical and politics bore you, you're conservative. If you're young, I understand. I used to say that as well. I don't understand politics. It doesn't really impact me. And I was young and I wasn't educated and I didn't take time to educate myself. And now I understand how they impact other people and the importance of it. And I am now a very political person, obviously. Because I took it upon myself to learn, because I realized that it does make a difference and that people are impacted. So I say, try to educate yourself. Don't just avoid politics for comfort. because it's important and people's lives are impacted. Are you pro-life? Would you do whatever you can to protect human life? Of course. Why aren't you wearing a mask? It's a personal choice. My body, my choice. Your body, my choice. That's the way that it goes. I am in control of everybody's body, including my own. I don't want to wear a mask, so I'm not going to. However, you over there doing that, I don't want you to do that, so you aren't allowed to. How dare you do something that I don't agree with? That's very rude. I didn't give you permission to do that. This moves on to the next one, actually, quite well. How come Republicans are getting the virus? They will say it's because we don't wear masks. I wonder why we'll say that. I wonder why. It's definitely not because it's been scientifically proven that wearing masks helps stop the spread. That's definitely not why it is. I don't understand how people are like this. It's all a conspiracy. They're targeting conservative. How? What goes through your head? How does anything you say make sense? Do you have a single thought? I've seen posts sort of talking about how the education gap, like more educated people are more likely to be left. They're like, well, that means that people think that Trump supporters are stupid. Yeah. With that context, people would think that Trump supporters are uneducated and stupid. Thank you for proving the point. Yes. Yes, we do. Because you're out here being like, science? That's just the left. The left make up science. Science isn't real. It's been taken over by the left. I only agree with science up until 1890. Cover me in leeches when I get sick. Conservatives give me a headache. You get it though. Like, I've had people ask me for sources, and every time I give them a source, like a reliable source, they're like, no, it was made up. This was made up by the left. No matter what source you give them, they'll tell you that it was made up by the left and that you're being lied to and it's all a hoax and it's all fake. No matter what scientific paper it is or anything, it's made up. It's fake. And you ask them for a source and they will literally give you like 4chan or like a known right-wing propaganda site. They will give it to you as a source. I legit saw Republicans say, what if instead of making thousands of individual GoFundMe pages, we created one giant GoFundMe account which US residents can tap into when they have medical expenses? Wow, imagine if American money, like tax money, was used to fund healthcare. You know that's what we've been asking for, right? You know when they talk about Medicare for all and universal healthcare, that's what they're talking about. They're talking about using like your taxpayer money, like money that you have available to pay for people's medical care who can't pay for it. You know that that's what everyone else has been doing this whole time. And for some reason you're like, no, we want to spend billions of dollars on weaponry that we don't need. We want to spend billions of dollars on invading other countries instead of on medical care. You have the money available to you and you are choosing not to use it. Because what? Because that's communism? Even conservatives in other countries are happy with paying taxes to help for medical care. I do not understand that country. I do not understand the level of greed. It's fucked up. I don't know what possible flaws you could find in public healthcare. I just cannot find a single flaw. Sort it out. My dear Lord. I will never understand. I will never understand. Lol, this is supposed to be an ad for Jesus, but it makes Satan seem fucking rad as hell. Satan doesn't whisper, believe in me. He whispers, believe in yourself. Is that meant to make me anti-Satan? I don't understand what the point in that is. Yeah, that makes Satan sound great. Those are some words of wisdom to live by. You should believe in yourself. I think I'm going to end this video on this, on a positive note. Everyone, listen to Satan. Believe in yourself. You don't need to follow anyone else. You don't need to put your faith in anyone else. Put your faith in yourself. Power yourself on. Believe in you and the power within you to achieve what you need to achieve. Because you have it in you. You have the strength within yourself to do whatever you want. Thank you, Satan. I appreciate it. I'm gonna leave that there. My videos recently have been way more angry than funny because I've just been angry recently. That's really all. I'm losing my mind in lockdown. I'm not doing too great. So I'm full of a lot of emotions. So I hope that you've kind of been enjoying this more ranty type. I'll get back into being more entertaining soon. Hopefully. I've just been fucking on it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I am going to be changing my upload schedule to be twice weekly rather than every 3 days, just to make it a bit easier and give myself a little bit more space. So I will be posting every Wednesday and Saturday. So subscribe for me every Wednesday and Saturday. We can sit down and rant together. I'm also working on some new stuff at the moment. I have an exciting video coming soon. Hopefully. I've been putting it off for months, but hopefully it'll be here soon. A massive thank you to my Kiwi Fruit channel members whose names are up on the screen right now. And a big thank you to my channel member of the day, Sarah. I love and appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for joining. If you would like to become a channel member, you can click the top link in the description or the little blue join button. You get my videos a day early, as well as 10% off my shop, which has fair trade organic hoodies and some mugs. So at thequeerkiwi.com/shop. I always forget to say the name of the website. thequeerkiwi.com/shop. It's the same place where you can sign all the petitions and donations. So that's all available to you there. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe. Keep fighting. I love you. Mwah.